Hey, how are you? Um, I have a few questions from before, but what questions do you have? What do we have going on? With a super fun video coming out tomorrow, which reminds me, before we go any further, I want to tell you if for some reason you aren't getting our email, check and see if your email was this thing lately where uh, hey Ginger, some emails are just deleted a bunch of they just unsubscribed. Like we had this mass unsubscribe, which is fine. If you don't want the emails, it's totally okay. But if you want them, I want to make sure that you get them. So, yeah. So if you have questions, pop them in. I am going to start with the questions. Hey, Jenny. I'm going to start with the questions that we have from before. And a lot of them are about vinegar. I think it's summer, and people are putting more vinegar in their laundry, which is great. But I thought we'd go through it. We talk about it. But if you have a question, pop it in. First, I have hard water. Will vinegar help? Um, can I give you the answer yes and no? Yes, it'll help a little. But the reality is, washing soda or baking soda will help a lot more. It will soften the water better. You'll have a much better result with that than you will with vinegar, but vinegar will help. The next question I got is, will vinegar hurt my washing machine? This is very controversial. There are some manufacturers who say no, some manufacturers who say yes. I have worked with two different manufacturers. They have both told me no, that it's not a problem. In fact, one of them was going to add a vinegar cycle to their machine. I can also tell you that I had a washing machine that was 16 years old, and I have used vinegar in it the whole time, and it never hurt anything. So you make the decision that's best for you, but make the decision that's best for you. Just because you read it somewhere, you know. The reality is, I personally, my take is, if you don't overuse it, you're not really using that much anyway. But you do you. I have body odor in my clothes. I'm having a tough time getting it out. What do I do? My kids and wife won't let me wash their clothes with mine. You need oxygen bleach. You need to use oxygen bleach. I'm guessing that you are wearing like polyester. Maybe you're wearing performance wear, like Travis Matthew or Viore or Aloe. I mean, there's, as we know, there's a million of these brands now. Or you can be wearing performance wear t-shirts under your regular clothes, or like boxers, in that performance fabric, and that's holding the sweat from your skin. So what you need to do is just add some oxygen bleach. Remember, it's safe for everything except wool or silk. So go to town. Jenny, I agree. A vinegar cycle would be cool. But I gotta tell you, I love mini washer and dryer so much. Unless it had a Diet Coke dispenser, I don't think it could be better. Please explain why you don't like to wash in cold water. I get it. I get the cold water thing. I get that people are telling you cold water. Here is what they're not telling you. The industry thinks cold is 65 degrees. Your cold water may or may not be above 65 degrees. When I was in San Antonio, Texas, it was that warm. You could have used cold there. In Minnesota, in the summer, it's only in the 50s. It's not warm enough to activate your detergent. So you're not getting the benefit from your detergent or your soap because it isn't activating. It's easy to prove. If you live somewhere where your cold water is below 65 degrees, throw something that you've washed in the machine. Don't do anything and start it. It will suds and turn it to warm. It will suds because your detergent has never activated. That is the issue with cold water. So warm water is not really that warm. At my house, it's about 78 to 80 degrees, which is still pretty cool. But if you have a brand new washing machine, you might have a cool cycle. The cool cycle actually brings the temperature to 65. So there's that. I'm constantly getting makeup on my shirt collars. The rest of the shirt is clean. Any tip for removing it without having to wash the entire shirt? Yes. And what a great question. I love spot treating, as you know, because there's no reason to wash something. Take a little bit of oily soap, like stain solution from the laundress or something, put it on, wet a brush, put a drop on a brush, like you're going to brush your teeth, scrub that makeup, and then just blot it with a wet towel of clear water. And that will do it for you. You'll take it out and you won't have to wash the shirt. And more importantly, which even I admit that not everybody likes to iron. It'll save you having to iron it. What was your trick for aluminum foil in the dishwasher? You put aluminum foil under where, in the little container where the flatware goes, and it will make your flatware shinier. It does not work for silver. Several people ask me, technically it will work, but it'll damage your silver. I did have somebody else say that it made their stainless dull. I personally have never had that experience, but maybe try it with one fork before you try it with the whole kitchen. 8 extra busy times. What is the least amount of color sorting that won't destroy your clothes? This is a really great and really fair question. If I was in just the most dire of dire circumstances, I would do white. I would try, if I could break it down a little bit, I would do white, colors, and black, if you have that. If you don't, do white light, dark black. But if you're going to do that, for sure use the color catcher. It will be more damaging to your clothes. So I would try to wash less. I would make sure I was using the express cycle if I did that. 100% the express cycle. If I did that, even if it's kids' clothes, whatever, that's what I would do. Tell me about using vinegar to clean the coffee pot. This is a great trick. It's an old trick. I'm sure you know it. It's put a half a cup of vinegar in with water in your coffee pot and run it through. It descales everything and cleans it up. It's a really good trick. It's also a great trick if, like, you want to make a pot of hot tea and you don't want it to taste like coffee. If you run vinegar through first, it breaks down all of the oils in the coffee and makes it completely clean. And then, you can do your tea, like if you're making, iced tea or something in bulk. What is cleaning vinegar? So this is another really great question. Cleaning vinegar, I just bought some the other day. It has an acidity of 30%. Most vinegar at home, the acidity is going to be somewhere between 5 and 10. 5 is sort of basic vinegar. Cleaning vinegar, you actually can mix it 1 part vinegar, 6 parts water, which is great because it means you only have to carry 1 jug home. The downside is cleaning vinegar is quite expensive. So regular 5% vinegar is much cheaper by the gallon. But the great thing about cleaning vinegar is you can make it extra concentrated. I would never use it 30% right out of the jug. I think that's way too strong. But if you wanted to soak your shower head, maybe you could do 2 parts vinegar to the water and get a concentration that's a little closer to 10. I probably would dilute it down. I would never use more than 2 parts. Like 1 part vinegar, 6 parts water is the normal. I'd never do more than 2 parts to 6 parts water, but it will really help. So what other questions do you have? I have a really fun video coming out tomorrow. I think I told you. I'm kind of saving it as a surprise. It's sort of silly and kind of fun, but it's very of the moment. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to share. Lots of new things are coming in the store. That's fun. I'm going to where I show things. I may always get them on YouTube, but I'll try to always load them into YouTube Shorts. So you can find them there, and we'll try to email them out. Because there's lots of new things. Bag charms, which I think I showed, but I have the hottest thing going, and they're really, really fun. There's new candles, there's popcorn, and so many just things. There's some new cleaning product, just stuff, just fun stuff. So yeah. Do we have any other questions? If we don't, we might be a little short today because it's summery and nice. And so maybe you want to be outside, or maybe you live in some part of the country where you had to get up at 7 a.m. to find out who the big concert announcement was, and it was Paul McCartney. So, get to see a Beatle. That's kind of exciting. So, yeah. All right. Well, I guess if that is it. Oh, here we have one more. Is there a way to add to your monthly subscriptions or change the amount of products? There is. The easiest way to do it is call Justin. Justin is really, really good at this. Call the store. You can also email him, and his email, this is funny. It's really funny, but you'll remember it. It's Headflake at the Laundry Evangelist. He's the manager of the store. He's really good at the subscriptions, and you can change whatever you want, and he can help you with that. I'm not as good at it as he is. So if in a pinch, if you just email the store, I will email it to him, but he's the one that will do it for you. So, yeah. So if we don't have any other questions, have a great weekend. Hi, Jill. Oh, and the other thing is, if you didn't try that orzo pasta salad recipe that I sent out in Tuesday's email, so delish. You need to try it. So that's everything I have this week. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Have a good one.